Hello everyone, this is 4-1 Solstice 25, Winter Solstice 8, and today I'm gonna show you guys how to make a perfect star in Minecraft, and even go over the basics of basically making a star. Mm-hmm. Hitting F4 like an idiot. Okay, so yeah, this is probably the most yellow world I've ever loaded up, so yeah, just gonna have to sort of work with that. That's all good, it's all dandy. I figure once I'm basically done making the basics of a star, it's probably going to look like a coin from Mario. So yeah, that's why I just switched the block I'm holding, just to like make it a little more of that lining, just for fun's ease. Okay, so to actually make a star, if you want it to be like the perfect kind, you want to set up a large circle, a perfect one, and just sort of get your angles figured out with it. And I'll show you how to do that in a sec. But for the most part, a lot of people do something sort of along the lines of like the line that goes across, like then it would be like this, and along those lines of like movements when it's like really small in that. And people like do things like this and maybe like bring this a little further down and this a little bigger. Then they'll have like something like this kind of going, but a little more stretched and such. Otherwise it'll be a little more unsightly, by my opinion. Like, I don't know how people dare to try to like freehand it. Like, personally, I cannot do a star more free-handed and such of the sort, but that's just me. So I'm gonna show you what I personally do for making a star. Okay, so first we need a defined middle. Then we need to go out some certain direction. Let's say this should be decent enough. I'm gonna sort of like freehand a circle. I can't freehand a star, but I can totally freehand a circle, if that makes any sense. Mm, yeah, break that down there. That works a little better. So you don't have to freehand a circle yourself. You can always just like look up a reference. I can find a link to such a thing where you can find a circle referencer as well as it like giving like sizes and this and that. And it's really helpful. So that is something you can always do, or you could always like use a graphing calculator or something. But does anyone have time for that? They probably do. Like personally, I have never figured out a graphing calculator because I never actually used a graphing calculator. And that's because instead of using a graphing calculator, I just charged into my geometry class, and that's with a scientific calculator. Oh, I see where I messed up. I was like, that can't be right. Wait. No, I still messed up. That's where. And now it's perfect. Oh, it's this one. Psh, where was I? And voila, we basically have a circle. It's not exactly the most perfect circle I've ever made, but it is actually a pretty decent circle. Now, okay, let's just to make sure we don't get confused at all. Let's use a different block for getting the star actually made. Okay, so the idea for this that I am going to use, this is actually going to be a bit of a mathematical thing. I'm sorry for mathing you guys again. Okay, so to actually figure this out, I'm going to take 360 degrees. Now I'm going to divide that by 5. And from there we basically have 5 points to kind of go by. Like we can figure out how far one point is to the next, to the next, to the next, and bam. Okay, so let me think. This is 45 degrees. I'm just gonna kind of plot these down, just so I'm not too confused when I just sort of go at this, and be a little more mathematically safe on it. I basically self-taught myself how to make stars. Okay, that's our starting point, by the way. That's why I punched a block out and put the dark oak in. Okay, so this is 45, this is 90. Like, just to make that a little more clear. Now, sort of do that. Let me think. That's 45. In between is like 12.5. Let me think. So yeah, it's like about here is the in-between of those. It looks like a sloppy in-between spots because it's rounded. So it's harder to really mark the exact, more defined, like, strongly middle-ish spot of it. So I'm marking 2 instead of just 1, when it should be just like this one. I'm marking both, just to be more on the safe side. And it really does seem like it's actually right there versus anywhere else. Like, it just has more of that feeling, I guess. But that's mostly because of all the diagonal lines. Or diagonal movements. Okay. So where did I set? There it is. Actually, I think I'm going to change which block that is. And move this back one. Like I said, I don't want anything too confusing. I want it to be a little more standy out. Okay, so we got that. Now we need to figure out whereabouts 72 degrees is. Okay, so this is about 12.5, I said. From what's basically our starter right here. Make that stand out more better. So that would be 57 and 0.5, 57.5. Anyways, it would basically be like around here-ish. it's not. I actually mathed slightly wrong. That's like 70-ish. I did not cut 45 in half. I realized that fact. Okay, so since then, a cheaty way we can figure this out is that we can cut 72 in half. Not have to convert from this way and more from this way. We can cut 72 in half to 36 degrees. And if this is 45 and this is, what is the actual half of this? 22.5. I'm doing this from the top of my head. Okay, 22.5 and 45. So basically it's right in the middle. And now we basically have connect the dots. And that's accurate also. I just double checked my math. That is about these spots right here, the two here, if that would basically be 67.5. So this would be like the next spot. And like I said before, it's now connect the dots. So just sort of like bring this right through to here. And we basically have our first line. And let's see. I want to figure out the sort of angle to this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 22. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 22 by 15. Or 15 by 22, however you want to look at it. And there's no real easier way to sort of simplify that in the form of a fraction, so since I don't really know a defined line to kind of go by, I'm just going to sort of throw one together, or like just sort of throw one up. If it looks good enough, I guess I'll roll with it. That was the most accidentally perfect thing I've ever done. I swear, I did not actually remember the correct line slope. That's actually interesting. So I guess that means I can just sort of repeat what I just did there to over here. That was quite amazing. Okay. With that done, I can basically punch out these markers and put that there, as well as put this here. Which reminds me, we can actually just sort of punch the rest of this out if you want, or if you want it to kind of like start looking a bit more like a Mario coin or something, I guess you could leave it there and just like punch out the unused lines and whatnot. But as for me, for the sake of this video, in my personal presentation of the fact that it's supposed to be for a star, I am going to punch it out. Because it has to be the spotlight. It's a star. It has to be all dazzly. Oh. We can just leave this here, because we're still kind of using that. Oh. he is out of the way. Okay. Now this is gonna be the goofiest looking line, probably. Okay, let's see what we got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 25. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 9 over 25. Once again, that does not really help much. So, we're just going to have to do the next best thing. I'm going to try this in threes. I guess that works. Like, that's actually kind of one of those things where it's like up to the builder to a degree, so if you want, you could always just like start from this block and then go 3 this way or something, and then continue this, and it'll basically end up correctly. Wait, what? What did I do differently? Oh, I see. So yeah, the rest of the decision is basically aesthetic, but that is how you make a star. And you can just sort of like punch out these inner lines because it's confirmed it's aligned correctly. That's most of what the lines on the inside were for. Perfect. Beautiful. Actually, I need to punch out these corners. Now it's perfect. So yeah, that is how you make a star. That is how you dazzle people's skylight and like unveil the moon in beauty. Or however you want to just go about calling it, I guess. So yeah, that's basically everything you need to know. Thank you so much for watching. I am Winter Solstice 8, 41 Solstice 25, and have a good day. Bye bye.